So at this point, RSMP has some crazy builds on it, ranging from cute cabins to a full-scale castle. So when my friend Max asked if I would help build something, I knew it had to be something outside the box.
Things. I want to do a lot of.
You want to do illegal horse races, and then you also want to do
it's not specifically horse races. I want to do like a way of marketing power.
marketing.
Like, what if we make like a big mall? But I don't know where we should do it. But we could go like someplace like 1,000 blocks away.
We'd have to cross the sea, which I think would be kind of difficult. Unless you wanted to build it in the sea. What's that over there? Oh, you know what? What if we take a temple and we convert it into a mall? But before actually going to the monument, we needed to get the proper gear. And so Max and I began making preparations. We thought it would be a good idea to get Proc 4 armor. So we made 2 trips to the Ender Farm, and may or may not have borrowed some of Dragon Dude's resources. I think Michael has some emeralds he would let us borrow.
Yeah, borrow.
Just before we were done, he hopped on, which made for a really awkward scenario. Oh yeah. Oh
So
my
many
god.
He's going to the emeralds. Run. He said, "Where's my stuff?" Oh, he was.
Michael,
Michael,
hey,
what's up,
Wait.
old buddy, old pal?
how's the family?
Where's my stuff?
How's your family doing?
They're doing fine.
Thankfully, Michael is understanding.
At least my dogs are okay.
Yeah, I would never touch your dogs.
Nick would.
I might.
Nick?
So after getting all geared up, we were ready to take on the Monument Guardians, and after figuring out the layout of the structure, we set up a perimeter and got to work clearing it out. We used milk to bypass the Elder Guardians' curse of mining fatigue. And after a lot of failed attempts, we were finally able to defeat all 3 Elder Guardians. Next was clearing out the water, and we did that by using sponges and then drying them in the nether, and we repeated that a few times till we had the whole inside dried up. With that out of the way, we set to work getting sand and making glass, which we used to glass off the roof and entrance. I was really sad that we had to clear so many nice structures in the monument, because they really wouldn't fit in the idea we were envisioning. After clearing everything out, Michael helped me set up a good stairway system, and we built a bridge in the nether, which I used to transport the villagers we'll be using to inhabit the monument. I then spent half a day making this portal room in the nether, not really for any practical purpose, just because it looks really cool. And now the most important part, making villagers to run the stalls, and really the only hard part was moving them. Once I got them where they needed to be, I just built around them. And once they were set up, you could really notice the whole project coming together. Now I had only done a few stalls, and wasn't sure about the rest, so I had a meeting with Noah, Max, and Basti. Although they really insisted on killing each other. Here's the plan. So, alright, you get on this side, and then you stay on that side, and don't shoot your brother with a bow.
Wait, technically, I'm not going over to his side.
He said don't shoot me with the bow.
So on this side of the area, I want to make enough villagers to have all this side covered in like items and stuff you can buy from like vendors.
Okay.
And then on this side,
So,
I want to have enough villagers for food, farming, etc., etc. Anything edible should be on this wing of the building.
Oh, that could be like not a garden room, but
potato farm.
Yeah, maybe like a potato farm or...
We could have farmers here. And then we could use that crops that they make to trade with those villagers over there.
Alright, so I don't really feel like showing this part, so I'm just gonna... We have the first side done. Now for the other side... I don't want to talk about how long this one took. So right here's a time lapse of me making the garden room, which is one of the easier parts of this project, but arguably one of the more important parts of this build, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. And with that, it's done, so here's the tour. I am actually very extremely happy with the way everything turned out. You know, with obviously the shaders on, everything looks much better. But yeah, I mean, shaders or no shaders, I think this definitely turned out as one of my more solid builds. Be like, oh, you check this out, but you know, this is kind of more, yeah, dude, come check out my base kind of deal. Obviously, I didn't do it myself, but I definitely am tired from making this video, because I think the whole thing was like a total of like 8 to something hours. But yeah, that's basically it for the Ocean Monument Mall. if you have any ideas, because this is not the finished product. This is always going to be a project I'll be working on. If you do have any ideas for what we should add to it, please let me know down in the comments or DM me however you can. Smoke signal if that works for you. I do love hearing suggestions on what to do with my builds, especially because I'm not the most creative person. Huge shout out to Max for helping with this build. He definitely was a big part of it. I think that's basically everything. Thank you so much for watching. Nick Bro Sniper out.